Hi guys, this is Wire here for another Remains of the Day. This is a show that I have where I talk about three different things that were cool, amazing, interesting, or otherwise about the week. And this week I don't want to talk too loud because my throat's not that well. I'm kind of sick, so uh, in any case, just sit back and relax because I got nothing better else to do. So I talk about three things, and the first thing on the chopping block is wolves, because I've been reading this book here. It's called by Jiang Rong, The Wolf Totem, which is actually a book written by a famous Chinese author who spent some time in Mongolia to learn more about their culture. Now, that's an interesting concept in itself, but what's interesting here is the reason it's called a wolf totem is because they venerate wolves. They think they're wonderful. They're like angels, and they are the messengers of their God. So in that sense, he tries to understand what is it about wolves that are so interesting. Besides the fact that they're cool, what is it with those wolves and those? They're cute. They're cute and they're vicious, and they help provide for Mongolian nomads, and that's a nice thing. It's just how they interact, how they live their lives, and create a good and healthy relationship with the life on the grassland, which is quite an interesting. It's quite an interesting dynamic. That's the first thing down. The second thing is plastic, because I've read some books, I've read some articles about it, and plastic itself is quite a useful thing. It's everywhere. You don't realize exactly how much it is. Like even metal canisters where you keep food, there's plastic lining on the inside to make sure that, because metal actually doesn't go very well with food. You don't want to eat anything metallic. So it's important to have a lot of plastic around. And just make it a habit. I think it's a nice habit to start. If you get a piece of plastic from a store or anywhere, make sure you use it a couple of times before you throw it away. Like break it first. In other words, reuse empty plastic bags. I keep like one or two on me at all times just in case. So it's a nice little thing to be doing to well, it's a nice utility item, and you're doing some good. The third thing is probably going to make a couple of people queasy, but I'd like to make a toast to fat, because fat, FAT, the flabby stuff, that stuff. It's useful for a bunch of different things, much like plastic in its own sense. And it makes your food taste good because it oils it up and makes it not just enough of it can change. It can change the taste completely. So it's an interesting little thing to add to any food item. That's really it. It's not really all that interesting, I think, but I'm too sick to really come to any conclusions from that. Fat wolves, and oh yeah, about wolves and how they strategize. That they wait for people to get. They wait for fat targets before they start chasing them down, which is quite an interesting little thing. But yeah, I'm not. I don't feel so great. Yeah, I don't feel that great. But in any case, this is Wire here. I propose a toast, a very sick toast. God, a very sick toast. And, and I propose a toast to all things great and small. Very